On the coordinate plane today. So we've been building up to this. We've already done a little bit of this earlier this year. So we're just going to do a little bit more complex stuff. So Maria hid the clues to a scavenger hunt for her hiking club. Use the map to show where she hid the clues. Identify the location of each clue. So number one, the first clue is hidden near a tree. What ordered pair describes its location? So if we look at the tree, remember it's always X, Y. So what would be the X coordinate for the tree? 4. What would be the Y coordinate? 2. So there's the ordered pair, 4, 2. Now, Maria hid the next clue at a location that is reflected across the Y-axis from the tree. So what that means is they took it and they did like a mirror reflection. So they flipped it over the Y-axis. So if we took the tree and we flipped it over, where would we be at? The library. So that is the library. Okay, so now we're here. So then she walks 3 blocks east. So we gotta go 3 blocks east. Which way east? Left. North. So 1, 2. That don't make any sense. Hold on. I messed up. Okay, if you look, what are they going by each line? 2s, that's why. So if we're going to 3, we gotta go halfway is 1, another one is 2, and then halfway there is 3. Then we go 2 blocks north. Where are we at now? Soccer field. That was my bad because I didn't read it. Okay, so they're going by 2s, so you got to pay attention to what numbers they're using. So now the next clue is at the location that is reflected at now. By 2, so you got to count it up and go halfway by 1. The final clue tells the hikers to walk 5 blocks north. We'll do this with a map. Okay, they can use a coordinate plane for a map. It makes things a little bit easier because of the grid. All right, let's go ahead and go on to the next page. Label it. So if it's negative 2.5, where do you go? Where would 1/2 be?
Like
in between 2 numbers. Okay, so if they
office, please? Bentley Borough to the front office.
So we're going to graph and label each point on the coordinate plane. That's all you're doing. So don't forget to label, though. That's a big part of this. So we got to do point We're at 0, -4. So if x value is 0, do I move anywhere left or right?
No.
No, you just stay right there for the time being. And then -4 means we go
Down.
all right, point R is at -1/2, -2.5. So since it's fractions here and it's negative 1, so we only go halfway. Then -2.5 means we got to go down. So it's halfway between -2 and -3. So right there in the middle of the box. So that is point. Okay, point S, that's 4.5. So that's just a decimal. It's still the same thing as having that fraction. So it just means it's all right, one more page we're going to look at, page 406. So there's going to be a time where they're going to give you a make a shape, basically. All right, so Miss Shaw is drawing a map of the school. Her room is at -3.4 and the gym is at 3.4. So let's go ahead and do those. So we're going to start with her room. So we put a dot up here. So that's her room. So we're done with that one. Now we got to put the gym. That's at 3.4, +3. So we go over to +3 up to 4. All right, now this is where they're going to do this. So basically, we're taking this point and we're flipping it down here. So if we flip this one down here, okay, it's going to be the same distance away like this one is. So we are going to be at 3, -4 now. And flipping it over the y-axis. So it's going to be over here, right below the other one. So what shape is this?
Triangle. Square. Rectangle.
That would be a rectangle.
Oh.
So sometimes you'll have that where they want you to make a shape or something. It's just graphing points. All right, so by yourself or with a partner, I want you to go over to page 400. All of these points. Now, do not forget to label. They have to be labeled, or it will be considered wrong because you just can't put a bunch of dots somewhere. All right, so I'll give you a few minutes, and we'll talk about them. So go ahead and get busy. Forgot to unpause it. Okay, number 4, 0, -1.5. So we go to 0, we do not move left or right, and now we're going down to -1.5, which is about right here. So point N should be right on the y-axis. Okay. So it is right on the x-axis. Point A, -3.5. So we go over here, and then we go down to -3. Point A. Point L. Square. So that's point L. And then point S, We go to 4, and we go up to 2.5. Point S. Any questions? So just remember, it's always X first, so you always go. All right, so today you guys are going to work on IXL, but first,